All right, so hi everyone, welcome and thank you so much for joining for today's 16th Annual Diversity Advisory Council's Awards of Excellence. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Dr. Versha Anderson and I'm communication faculty here at the college as well as the college's Director of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Engagement. It's an honor to welcome you all to PV for this year's award ceremony. Before I introduce our wonderful student MCs for today's event and turn it over to them, I do have a few opening remarks. So first, I'd like to share a few words of gratitude. As you look around the room today and enjoy the event, enjoy the space, and enjoy the food, please know none of this would be possible without our two PV powerhouses, Lori Espinoza and Camila Olav Rodriguez. Furthermore, specifically for the space and the technology, our gratitude goes to our wonderful facilities team. Terry Seamer and her team of amazing folks like Adriana, Aida, Arturo, Beatrice, Maria, Mayombi, and Tony, as well as our IT team with Justin, Eric, and Zach. Finally, I'd like to thank the folks ensuring we stay nourished today, Jason and Zoe. Again, without these wonderful people, none of today would be possible. So thank you to all of them. Oh, hang on. Next, I'd like us to take a moment of silence for the various conflicts occurring across the world. Without delving too much into the history and the complexities of war and conflict, generally, many of these are due to the everlasting impacts of colonialization, civil unrest caused by warring factions, militant extremists, government-sanctioned violence and oppression, overthrown leaderships for the worse, and regional regimes at odds within the country, such as current and ongoing conflicts in Ethiopia, Eritrea, Libya, Venezuela, Afghanistan, Nicaragua, Yemen, Syria, Haiti, Hong Kong, and Myanmar, just to name a few. Furthermore, much of the ever-growing conflict in Africa is due to self-proclaimed jihadists escalating their attacks in pursuit of occupancy and control in countries such as Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, Somalia, Mozambique, Uganda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo, along with a growing list of other African countries and territories. In Israel and Palestine, we've witnessed the fourth Gaza-Israel war in just over a decade. In the US, our tensions with Iran and China continue to escalate. And in Ukraine, we have seen Russian forces under the direction of Vladimir Putin retaliate against Ukraine using its dominant position as a worldwide military heavyweight to devastate the country in a short amount of time due to the lack of follow through with the Minsk agreement. As much of the spotlight has been on Ukraine due to not only increased levels of privilege and access to media and money, but also due to the really true fear of superpowers taking sides and the global ramifications of this type of conflict with looming worries of nuclear escalation. This kind of attention should be afforded to all crises relating to war, famine, and natural disaster. All of these heinous acts of violence lead to multiple human rights violations, increased civilians being targeted, especially women and children, increased sexual violence and rape, and food insecurity, as well as ever-growing displacement and refugees. According to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, our current worldwide numbers are at roughly 85 million displaced peoples, with close to 25 million identifying as refugees. The bulk coming from Syria, Venezuela, Palestine, the South Sudan, Afghanistan, Myanmar, and now Ukraine. All of this is deplorable, reprehensible, and wrong. With that, please join me in a moment of silence for these ongoing conflicts. Thank you. Next, for those of you who are with us in person and able, I encourage you to take a moment to explore our campus. A few things of particular note nearby: we have our newly finished Indigenous Public Art mural project along our amphitheater at the center of campus, depicting the 4 seasons and representing that water is life. Similarly, you will find another public art project just south of our amphitheater that portrays PVCC's core values. Additionally, also at the center of campus, very bustling spot, you'll find the Cordova Plaza in honor of PVCC's founding president, Dr. John Cordova. Lastly, you'll notice some beautiful banners also along the center of our campus, similar to the posters you see in the room today. These banners are part of the campus's You Belong initiative, so please do take a moment to explore our campus if you're able. Next, I'd like to make you all aware of some of the wonderful student groups we have planned to join us today: the Pride Club, Peer Mentors, Club Ed in our EDU program, and Club Z. I encourage you all to engage with these student groups throughout the program. They'll be set up just outside here in the Welcome Center space by 2 p.m. We'll also have a video during the lunch break showcasing more from our student clubs and orgs. So, this is gonna be my Achilles heel. Hang on a second. So finally, it is my honor to introduce, for the first time ever in DAC history, our student MCs for today's event. We're thrilled to have Kareem Muhammad, Hayden Newhouse, and Cynthia Rojas Rangel MCing today's event. Share a little bit with you all about these 3 wonderful MCs. I'll kick it off with Kareem. Kareem was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. He's first generation Black Hispanic and a recent college graduate from PV. His major is theater, and his dream is to become an actor in movies and television. PV's been a major part of his development and has helped him become a better person and student. He was also a member of our theater cast club and has been in several plays here at the college. Also, Kareem served as a student ambassador for PV, and this has allowed him to grow in helping to use his voice and representation in a positive way to be a model for his peers, our public, and other students. Ultimately, Kareem's main goal is to help make our world a better place. We have Hayden. Hayden was born in Cincinnati, Ohio, and has been raised in Phoenix since she was 3 years old. She's a Caucasian second-generation college student, with her mother being a PV alumna. She graduated from PV in fall 2020 with an AA and an AJEC-A. During her time at PV, she was a member of the Student Honors Advisory Council, Women Rising, and the Alpha Omicron Chi Phi Theta Kappa chapter. In fall 2021, she was also a student ambassador for our college, which allowed her to build her confidence, establish new connections, positively boost her social media presence, and helped her find her true passion for her career goals. She's now an essential worker and an NAU lumberjack, completing the 90-30 program in the strategic leadership major. She aspires to have a career in the public relations industry, and in her free time, she enjoys traveling, exercising, and spending time with loved ones. And lastly, we have Cynthia. Cynthia was born and raised in Phoenix. She's a proud first-generation Latina, majoring in applied human behavior, and aspires to become a high school counselor, preparing other first-generation students for life after high school. She's a 2017 ACE cohort alum and also a fall 2021 PV alum. During her time at PV, she was a member of the Hispanic Student Association, Women Rising, UNOS, and a student worker for the recruitment department. She continues her service to the college as a part-time PV recruiter and is also an NAU lumberjack, completing the 90-30 program. She enjoys discovering local restaurants, baking, and spending time with loved ones in her spare time. So again, please join me in welcoming our MCs for today's event. Please know, as we do move through the program, each of our MCs will be sharing what You Belong means to them. And with that, it is my pleasure and honor to turn it over to Cynthia to share the college's land acknowledgement and start off the program.
Thank you, Versha. Paradise Valley Community College is located on the traditional lands of the Akimili Odham, Pima, Pipash Maricopa, and Yavapai people. There are 22 federally recognized tribes in Arizona and 574 across the United States. We acknowledge the painful history of genocide and forced removal from this territory, and we honor and respect the many diverse Indigenous peoples still connected to this land on which we gather. Without them, we would not have access to our education or the land we live, work, learn, and commune on. We take this opportunity to thank the original caretakers of this land. We offer our respect to their elders and to all Indigenous peoples of the past, present, and future. And now I will turn it over to PVCC's President, Dr. Dale.
Thank you, Cynthia. Isn't this wonderful to be back together in person? I was commenting earlier, this is the first time I think Maricopa's been back in person. So let's kind of just embrace that. This is how we build community, sense of community. So wonderful to see everybody here today. On behalf of the host college, it is my pleasure to provide a welcome to the 16th Annual DAC Award of Excellence. And if you look at the program, you can sense that excitement, that energy, that enthusiasm of all of our awardees. I've had a chance to meet a few of them this morning. So let's set the tone today, and I know they're going to get recognized throughout the day, but let's set the tone and just give them a huge round of applause and thank them for the good work that they're doing. So let's do that first, please. So for many of you, this might be your first experience being back together in person. But one of the traditions we typically do is introduce some leaders. And so allow me the professional privilege to make a few announcements, leadership announcements, please, if I could, or introductions. Joining us today, representing the Maricopa County Community College District Governing Board, Dr. Tom Narini. Tom, thanks for joining us. From the system level, our interim executive vice chancellor and provost, Dr. Eric Lashinsky. We have a number of college presidents who are here in person today. From Phoenix College, Dr. Klein Namuo. Klein. Gateway Community College, the Gecko, Dr. Amy Diaz. From the East Valley, loud and proud, Dr. Lori Burkholm. From Mesa Community College. And I believe joining us virtually is our Chancellor, Dr. Stephen Gonzalez. Chancellor, thanks for joining us virtually. College presidents, Dr. Greg Peterson from Chandler Gilbert Community College, Dr. Terry Labor-Reese from Glendale Community College, and Ms. Veronica Polito from Scottsdale Community College. So let's give them an in-person welcome, even though virtual. So I'm always hesitant to identify just one sphere of leadership, especially when we're talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion. But I think it's important to acknowledge that level of leadership because they provide the resources, the organizational structure, the finances, the professional and moral commitment to support all the work that you do. So join me in thanking the executive level leadership for the work that they do to make all this happen. That's part of their responsibility to create that culture. So in the spirit of being all points leadership, in the spirit of inclusivity, I hesitated to do that, but I wanted to make sure that we acknowledge their good work. There is no free lunch. This is a celebratory event. Now there is free lunch. There is actually free lunch, but metaphorically, there's no free lunch. In a learning-centered college, we use every opportunity to learn something, right? So I don't want us to be passive today. I want us to engage and be active participants. There's three takeaways I'd like you to leave with today. So first of all, in that spirit of all points leadership, where we all have a responsibility to move the DEI initiative forward, I want us to listen carefully for new best practices, new good ideas, new aha moments, and then be committed to go back to our campuses and apply that to improving teaching, learning, student success, persistence and completion, or the relationships we have with each other. So don't lose this as an opportunity to take that back and apply that to your specific college or to the system. Second of all, as a leader, we're all leaders, by the way. Everybody has a responsibility in this work. We're all leaders to do that. I want you to think deeply about how you're going to change as a leader from what you learned today. What nugget did you pick up today that you're going to go back and fundamentally change the way you lead and work that you do? whether it's in a peer level or whether it's at a higher level like a college president or vice president. So make that leadership commitment. And then thirdly, as a human being, as a person, we're all learners, right? Lifelong learners, community college folks. Find something today that you didn't really understand, or you want to learn more about, or you didn't understand, or it made you feel uncomfortable. And go deeper with that. Go home this weekend, Google it, find something on television, learn more about that to be a better person as it relates to your understanding about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Last I'll share real quickly, and by the way, really, it's hard to follow Dr. Anderson, isn't it? Golly, Bertha, did you stay up all night writing that script? Man, it's killing me. By the way, she asked me like 6 months ago for a whole lot of resources to support this. I certainly said yes. So I don't know what this is going to cost me, but we'll deal with that later. No, that's right, Dr. Ruby. So lastly, my life journey in this space started in 1972 when I attended a very integrated high school outside of San Francisco, California, where I lived diversity, not in an abstract way or in a structural way, but in reality. And that what that's told me is that our learning about diversity, equity, inclusion never ends. It never stops. For those of us who say we want to not have these kind of celebrations because we're going to reach the mountaintop around diversity, that's crazy. Because we're always learning, we're always changing. So my thought today is I love the 16th. I can't wait for the 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th because we've got to commit to realize that this diversity journey doesn't end today. We never get to that mountaintop. So I just thought I'd leave that as thought. So I would be remiss too if I didn't also offer some thank yous. Thank you to the system level DAC group for your continued hard work, your commitment to make this happen. Dr. Anderson, team, thank you so much for the work that you've done here. With that, sit back and relax, but not passive, right? You're going to do 3 things today, right? So with that, it is now my pleasure to turn over to Hayden, who will take us to the next part of our program. Hayden, come on up.
Thank you, Dr. Dale, for those words of welcome. Before we welcome our panel, I'd like to share what You Belong means to me. As a second-generation college student, education has always been important to my family. Having my mom as a PVCC alumna, along with her love and support, has helped me tremendously to get where I am today. But most of all, I know I belong to the PVCC community because I'm surrounded by uplifting faculty and students who motivate me to reach my highest potential of success. Now it is my honor to continue our celebration for Women's History Month during the DAC Awards and to welcome members of the Fresh Start panel, Women's Small Foundation Small Business Startup Program, for a panel discussion. Before we get started, I'd like to share this short video with more information about the Fresh Start and PVCC partnership.
For more than a decade, Fresh Start Women's Foundation has partnered with Paradise Valley Community College to offer the Small Business Startup Certificate.
Some of our values at Fresh Start are courage, empowerment, partnership. And it really takes courage for a woman to commit to a program like this and to pursue her dreams. At the end, it's very empowering because she's successful. And that success comes from the tremendous partnership that we have with PVCC.
The women who complete the program graduate with an accredited certificate at no cost through Fresh Start scholarships.
The women that we serve in this program come from very diverse backgrounds, but they all share one thing in common, and that is the desire to improve their life. The program here gives them access to opportunities that they would not have without it.
Based on our annual survey of program completers, 89% share that they are either currently operating or in the process of starting their own business. 51% of the surveyed completers also see some increase in annual income. A range of up to $5,000 to $75,000 has been reported the year after completing the program.
Education opens the door to opportunity, but sometimes that opportunity is clouded with barriers and hurdles to overcome. One of the greatest aspects of this program is the sense of community and working with other women who are on the same path, because they help lift each other up to overcome the barriers on their path to success.
Partnership is a core value of Paradise Valley Community College. As a previous DAC award recipient for Paradise Valley Community College, today we are pleased to recognize our Small Business Startup Certificate Program in partnership with Fresh Start Women's Foundation, a dedicated partner who embraces equity, engagement, and inclusion of women's small business education to support and empower the community.
With that, I would like to turn it over to Dr. Kishore Dash, Business IT Faculty and Director of the Entrepreneurship Education Center, to introduce our panelists and moderate today's discussion. Thank you, and please welcome Dr. Dash.
All right. Happy Friday. The very fact that you are here, it's a happy Friday. Let's start with that spirit. Good afternoon. Good Friday afternoon to all of you. Welcome to this special event. We are so proud of it. My name is Kishore Das, and as I said, I'm the director of the Entrepreneurship Education Center here at PVCC and faculty in Business IT Division. Before I introduce my panel members, I was just thinking about it. You know, today's theme for this event is You Belong. Anytime you hear that word, you belong, what comes to your mind? What does it mean? And I thought about it. In PVCC, you belong is not a slogan. It's a mindset. And it's a mindset that means when you join PVCC community, the student, faculty, staff, alumni, community advisors, you feel comfortable. You feel we are in it together. You feel engaged. You feel comfortable to ask questions, help, and you get help. You feel you're cared for. You feel you matter without any judgment. Finally, we would like to see you feel connected, not only during your stay in PVCC, but after you leave PVCC. That connection, that relationship is very important for us. With that mindset in mind, and going forward, you belong is a mindset at PVCC. I would like to introduce my Fresh Start panel members. And the fourth panel members that I would like to introduce is Kathy Bleeman. Kathy's involvement with Fresh Start spans nearly 2 decades. She has served on Fresh Start's executive board and was a part of the lead capital campaign team to build the Fresh Start Women Resource Center. During her tenure as a Fresh Start board member, Kathy chaired several fundraisers, most notably Fresh Start's Fashion Gala in 2002 and 2007. Prior to her current role as a Chief Development Officer, Kathy owned KNK2, a strategic marketing company, and served as a Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Phoenix Suns. Give her a big hand, please. My second panel members, Tiffany Matthews. Tiffany graduated from the Small Business Startup Program in 2016. She currently onboards SMD in the field of physical, occupational, speech therapy training, implementing strategies and creating a plan that suits each clinic individually to help get them up and running as efficiently as possible. With software products, by educating, training, and helping solve technical problems, along with ensuring hassle-free adoption as a project manager and database builder. Welcome, Tiffany. My third panelist, Dr. Dina Preston Otis, probably needs no introduction in the PVCC campus. She is my colleague in faculty IT division. She has received a lot of faculty distinctions both in PVCC and at a national level. She has traveled and worked in 43 countries through her business, DEO Entertainment Group, contracting entertainment and production for various corporations and government clients, such as the Department of Defense. She also lectured globally as a workshop moderator on behalf of the US State Department under President Obama's Statecraft Initiative. Dr. Preston Otis will provide keynote and workshops on creative entrepreneurship to the arts and business community in Tunisia later this year. As a global award-winning entrepreneurial leadership expert, Dr. Preston Otis brings a message of how to guide and lead success in the dynamic environment of business. My fourth panel speaker is Bonnie Simmons. Bonnie is the Director of Finance, HR, Philanthropy at a tech and marketing startup in Phoenix, as well as a full-time honors student at Paradise Valley Community College. For 16 years, Bonnie has led a successful business owner and community organizer, graduating from the Small Business Startup Program in 2021 and focusing her entrepreneurial effort on community literacy by starting her company's first Give Back program, combining marketing and charitable giving. Bonnie? And my final member in this panel, Natasha Woods. Natasha graduated from PVCC's Small Business Startup Program in 2016 with her business idea for a small boutique. As the COVID-19 pandemic hit, Natasha felt she could use her schooling and 12 years of medical experience to offer direct care and help for others. As a result, Natasha started Healing Hearts LLC in 2020, which certifies individuals in first aid, CPR, and life support. As a certified training instructor through the American Red Cross and American Heart Association, as well as a certified medical assistant, Natasha uses her medical specialty experience to teach others how to save lives. Natasha knows her passion lies in the medical field and is grateful she can give back to the community. So thank you very much again for all of you, those of you who are here and my panel members. Let's give a big hand. Okay? So this is how I'm going to proceed today, and I'm perfectly aware of it. Dr. Dale, free lunch is right there. So and I was told maybe we can go on and on, so probably until 2:30, 3:30. No, I'm not doing that. We'll finish it as early as possible. Basically, I will ask questions to my panel members, right? So the panel members will respond to those questions for about 1 or 2 minutes. And we won't have time for questions from the audience, so that's probably something we will not do today. But the panels will respond, and finally, I will conclude by asking my panel members to give their final concluding thoughts or remarks to all of you. So that's the way we will proceed for today, right? So, Kathy, so the first question that I'm going to ask you is, the theme for today's award ceremony is You Belong. Please share the ways in which the Small Business Startup Program has contributed to your sense of community and belonging.
Thank you. It's interesting, just to give you a little bit of history so you'll understand my answer. I have worked at Fresh Start for many years, and this partnership with Paradise Valley Community College has been incredible to us because it's given an opportunity for women who really know they have a desire to start their own business, find a place, a safe spot that they can realize their dreams. And I think one reason we've had so much success with it is Fresh Start offers amazing wraparound services to support women, because a lot of the women who take the course, it's a huge commitment. It's 9 months, it's Saturdays, they're working, often being a mom, have a million different roles. And so we have just loved, one, feeling the partnership, and secondly, seeing this women succeed. Like, the difference from the first day of class till the graduation is remarkable. The confidence, but most of all, the camaraderie within the group. They just have a support system and a cohort that really encourages them to succeed. And because of that, we've had about a 92% completion rate.
Well, to belong means to be a part of, right? And to kind of collaborate on what he stated. It brings me to Psalms 121, which my help comes from the Lord, right? Because I am Christian based, but also which explains the SBS program played a part in giving me the opportunity to step into a position as an onboarding specialist. I was working for the same company for about 6 years at the time, right? And it gave me the opportunity to step into a position, a role that gives me the opportunity to lead a project, right? And the SBS program gave me the ability to build a community of clinicians and to unite a SaaS company with clinicians, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. I am the first point of contact for the clinicians, and I am the one that they lead to and come to and ask questions, how to do this and that. I help set up their credentialings, I help do their contracts, and I help format and build their database. Now, and to ensure that they are flowing successfully, what I do is I combine two systems, the integration systems, one system to the next. And they don't know actually how to do that, the clinicians, right? They don't know technology. So I help guide them into technology and how to use it successfully. So the SBS program helped me to be successful in this by giving me the tools to make it successful: human resources, people management, project management. And I think that the SBS program has just helped me to succeed in that particular venue of success.
So awesome to listen to our alumni. I'm going to take this from a faculty perspective. So my job as a faculty and also as a member of the community is to go into the community. So if we want to talk about inclusion and diversity, that means going to the community. And that's one of the I think one of the most important options of this program is we expect the community to come to us. We went to Fresh Start and we worked with Fresh Start, and luckily they opened up their arms to us. And we became this wonderful partnership. But again, I believe that in order to belong to the community, you have to be a part of the community. And I think that's something that all of us at the community college level can learn. Don't expect students to come to you. You have to go to them oftentimes. You have to take the programs to them where and when they want the programs. And as you can see, listen to these women up here today. You can see what a difference that makes, right? Because now they're in their community. They trust what's going on. They're familiar with their community. If they're not familiar with PVCC, they're certainly familiar with Fresh Start. And so that's a great basis to start with. And from there together, between ourselves, our students, our alumni, and Fresh Start, we build this dynamic community that's never ending, and we all learn and build from one another.
Thank you, Dorothy. I think it's common for college students to have struggle with a sense of belonging when you first start school, and I was no exception. When I started the small business startup program, I was going through a major transition in my life, and it was one that was really hard. After 16 years as a stay-at-home mom, I suddenly found myself on my own, just me. And I honestly didn't know if I had anywhere that I belonged. Through the Fresh Start Foundation and the Small Business Startup Program, I found my sense of belonging. From the relationships that I had with my cohort to the acceptance and accountability that I found with my professors, I had that first glimpse of belonging that I so desperately needed. I don't think that belonging is about a person or a place, but rather a sense of showing up for each other. I could have chosen not to show up for myself. I could have chosen not to show up for my classmates, but I didn't. I took a risk, I showed up, and the Small Business Startup Program created a space for us to continue to show up for each other each and every day.
Dash, to answer your question, the small business startup program has contributed to my sense of community and belonging by helping me take the steps to find myself. As you all heard, I did graduate from the program in 2016, so it's been about 6 years that I've been on this entrepreneur journey, and I have to say that it was honestly one of the best steps that I could take for my life and to find my sense of belonging, because in finding your sense of belonging is simply just finding yourself and understanding who you are within so that you can belong and so that you can reach out to your peers and your co-workers and everyone around you to kind of help shed some of that light on them and show them how they may belong, because everybody's walks are truly different. Like Bonnie mentioned, we do tend to identify ourselves with different job titles or roles or obstacles that we have going on in our life. But I can truly say that the Small Business Startup Program has truly just helped me find my sense of belonging within myself to be able to kind of reach out and help others.
Natasha, I'll start with you, the second question.
Okay.
So how did the Small Business Startup Program provide access to opportunities you would not have had otherwise?
I think it has provided the opportunities, like they mentioned, just collaborating and starting that partnership with the Women's Fresh Start Foundation. I think has truly been one of the best things ever. Not too many people that I've known knew about Fresh Start, so every chance that I get, I'm like always bragging about Fresh Start and PVCC, because just the collaboration together, it's opened so many doors of opportunities to meeting so many wonderful professors and doctors to other students. Just creating the networks that you need for any journey that you may be on at certain points in your life. There's always someone within Fresh Start RPVCC that you can reach out to, and even if you reach out to someone that may not know directly, they can always point you in the right direction to wherever you need to be. So I have to say, just that sponsorship and that collaboration together has truly provided me the opportunities that I need.
Bonnie?
The first opportunity that this program has given to me was to achieve a goal that I set for myself over 2 decades ago. Going to college and getting my degree has always been a goal of mine. But life happens, and at 40 years old, I thought that goal was unattainable. The Small Business Startup Program was a bridge for me. It gave me back that hope that someday I would go back to school and get my degree. And I can say sitting here now that I am proud that that dream is almost reality. After starting that program, thank you, 2 years ago, I now am 1 semester away from graduating from PBCC with my business degree with honors. I know without a shadow of a doubt that this program gave me the courage and the accessibility to achieve that goal that I set for myself so long ago.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome, really awesome. And so as Bonnie shared with you, this program is a catalyst, of course, for many, many of our students to go on and obtain their associate's degree, and many have actually gone into master's programs and, of course, their undergraduate degrees. But in addition to that, I think the other resources the program in terms of opportunity provides is at the start, our partnership with Fresh Start, and I want to outline Fresh Start or highlight them because really they provide the funds for this program. So they scholarship anywhere from 80 to sometimes 100% of the students, including their textbooks. And so for our students who may not have been able to have the resources to go to college, they actually can come to college for the first time. We take students that have not finished their high school degrees and they have walked out and graduated with a certificate. And that sense of I can do it, I belong, allows them then to be the catalyst, the foundation to move on with their education. As we know, once you have your education, they can strip us of our incomes, they can strip us of our jobs, our titles, but guess what? They can never take away. They can never take away that education, that foundation. That will stay with us for life.
Well, when I accepted the SBS program through Fresh Start, it couldn't have came at a better time, right? Because I was transitioning personally. I was recently divorced and became a single parent again, right? And I had already made up my mind prior to this program that I was ready to start my own business to help other women who's challenged with divorce and just other obstacles that come in their way, right? This SBS program assisted in equipping me with the skills to start my own business, as well as contribute to my advancement in my job right now that I'm currently in. When I decided to shift from finance to project managing, I applied for the job, prayed, of course, and then immediately I got the job. I was the first interview and they hired me immediately, right? Which is not often that happens, right? In that, they gave me a 13% raise. I wasn't expecting 13%. So in doing that, it just helped me to realize, going into the SBS program, I needed that to shift into another realm in my life.
I think what this program has helped Fresh Start with is we're a privately funded organization, and when we originally opened our doors 20 years ago, we were a resource center because we really didn't have the internet. And so a lot of people came to us who needed different areas of job, workforce development, childcare, education, and we would help them get those resources. Obviously, as the internet came along and people could Google those things, and we're privately funded, which the best thing about that is that it gives us an opportunity to really morph with the needs of women in our community. And this program really showed us the opportunity of what we could do for women and how much women need that bonding and that sense of belonging to be successful. And so it has become kind of our showcase of other programs we'd like to emulate, particularly as we develop our workforce development. And just seeing, I was even thinking of, there's a very special donor who sponsors the scholarships for this program, and watching her sense of belonging, to see that by sponsoring these incredible women, what she's able to do. Little backstory is she was raised by a single mom who had to figure things out. And to see the joy it's brought her to be a sense of something that has helped so many women just warms my heart. So it's been a great sense of belonging and opportunity for Fresh Start as well.
Kathy, I'll start with you, right? The third question that I have, diversity in business owners, particularly among women, is key to moving our economy forward. What challenges have you faced on your path to success, and how did the Small Business Startup Program help you overcome some of these challenges?
You know, when we first started, I was talking to Dina earlier, Fresh Start's whole focus was in getting an education. And we also wanted to place women in jobs, and at the time we partnered with Goodwill because they had a career placement center. But what we really learned is, one, minimum wage jobs are not the answer. It's so beneath where we want to go with women, and also it just perpetuates the cycle of poverty. So for us, I think it's been just so exciting to see what can be and the possibilities, and just helping to set the stage for that growth and opportunity.
Diversity is so broad, right? Ethnic background, social background, experience, and it plays a big part in who I am, right? Because I have so many different avenues in diversity. When I started, I haven't started my own business, but working for a company, that is what it was at the time. I started a company. They were only alive for like 5 years. Now it's going on 14. There were times where I was not heard, or my voice was not valid at the time, because I didn't have whatever background that was needed in order to give input, if that makes any proper sense. So for 4 years, I had to show and prove, and my work displayed everything for me. But then I decided, you know what, it's time to go to another position. And so I applied for the onboarding course. And like I said, I got hired immediately, and then I shifted. I shifted from not being heard to being heard. They took my input, they took everything that I stated into consideration, and they even implemented some of the things that I suggested. And so I think that diversity in the small business program gave me that opportunity by showing me in the courses, the teachers, showing me how they avenue through their lives in diversity and how it played a part in making me the better person I am.
So in addition to the education that our students receive, and of course the tangible certificate they can put on their resume, and we can hear from our students, has definitely made a difference, not only in their job resumes, but in increasing their income. I'm going to speak as a Mexican-American woman. We all know that the glass ceiling exists, and we cannot often get through the glass ceiling when we work for corporations or large organizations. However, if you own your own small business, there is no glass ceiling. There is no limits on what you can achieve. And while oftentimes there has been disappointment in my corporate jobs, in my bigger jobs, there's never been a disappointment in my small business, because I've been able to go the limit as a result of my talent and what my talent could do to take me, and no one telling me, no, you can't go, you can't make it. And so I think that is really something that we share with our students, and it allows them a way around that glass ceiling to really support and take advantage of all the talents that they have.
When I applied for the Small Business Startup Program, I was in the middle of what turned out to be a 5-month-long job interview. One that required many meetings, where my ability to do the job was questioned because of my role as a mother and ultimately as a woman. Before I was ghosted by the CEO who I would have worked for, he asked me this question: how can I know that I can rely on you for the job when you have so many responsibilities as a mom? I am so thankful that I did not get a job. Instead, I poured myself into the program and even signed up for some additional classes. I took everything my professor said literally, and I asked as many questions as I could. I am so thankful that the program brought into my life such successful, generous, and hardworking role models who wanted nothing more than to see me succeed and work hard. The graduating from this program gave me a confidence that I didn't have when I initially signed up. And now I'm happy to say that the job that I currently have, my role as a woman and as a mom was looked at as a bonus when I was hired.
I have to agree with Bonnie here. Some of the challenges, like she mentioned, is kind of finding balance. When you're a mom, you're trying to maintain multiple jobs and you have extracurricular activities, sports, and you're trying to juggle so many things. It really becomes a big challenge. But I really feel like graduating from the Small Business Startup Program, it helps not only educational wise, but it helps you to be able to use some of those skills and the knowledge to, transition into your own personal life to create that balance, to juggle the many different obstacles or challenges that are going to be in your way. And I really think that just the program itself and the curriculum and just having such a great support system within PVCC and Fresh Start, it really gives you that sense of knowing that whatever obstacle that comes your way, you can definitely overcome it, for sure.
We are almost out of time. In 30 seconds, what's your message for this audience?
So my message will be, regardless of the obstacles that you're going through, regardless of the journey that you may be on, just know that if you find your sense of belonging within yourself, it will truly transpire to everywhere that you go. It'll truly walk with you. Just don't label yourself as to your job titles, your roles, obstacles. Just find your sense of belonging and just go with it, live in the now and just let your inner self guide you to know that you belong and you will reach your wildest dreams for sure.
My message would be just to show up. We create a sense of belonging when we show up. And so despite the obstacles you might face or the thoughts that might be in your head or whatever limitations there are, age, kids, just show up and create that sense of belonging.
I want to say from a college, collegiate, from a district standpoint, from a faculty standpoint, it's our job to go into the community and belong, not the community's job to belong to us. And so that would be my my share.
My share would be that just like the body, right? We're all part of each other, right? Just like the hands and the feet are a part of our body. And as a community, to belong means to know that you are part of something, whether it be where you're at now or where you're not. But just go through the obstacles, fight for your dream, no matter your age, no matter where you are, poor, middle class, wherever you may be. Push through it because the race is not given to the swift, but to the one who endures until the end. Turn it over.
My message would be, don't let fear get in the way. So many times we self-sabotage ourselves and we think we can't do that or I can't do that. And Bonnie, your comment made me think when you said about just show up, because when I took the job at Fresh Start, I had not done something in the nonprofit world and I had taken a break from working. And I kind of thought I had all the answers. And I went home to my husband. It would have been maybe 3 weeks. And I'm like, I was so paralyzed by what I didn't know that I was like, how quickly do you think I could quit this job and not disgrace myself? So the next day I was getting my hair done. Us women, we always like the hair done. And I read an article of the most successful women. And the biggest thing they said was just show up. And I have learned if you're open to admitting what you don't know and asking for help, and even Fresh Start as an organization, asking for help from other community partners or having a partnership, it just makes us all better. and not to be afraid of what you can't do. Most people want to help you and encourage you. So don't be afraid. Just go out there and get it done.
You know, I would like to thank my panel members for these wonderful insights that they share with us. Fresh Start PVCC partnership has been doing so well. Dina leads Fresh Start from PVCC, and we have some people, Abu, Lisa, all of these Fresh Start group people, Kathy, and of course, our great students and alumni. My message to all of you, and before I turn it over to Versa, is, I always say this, tomorrow will be always better. And the sun will rise tomorrow. No matter what happens today, don't let this dampen your spirit, because the universal truth is sun will rise tomorrow. With this, before I do that, I would like all of you who've been sitting for a long time, can you please stand up? You are just stand up, and then I would like you to circle if you can. Just shake a little bit. Turn to your partner, side, back, front, and give a deep high five and say, "You are amazing." All right, so thank you all very much. Our next yes.
Thank you so much again to the Fresh Start Women's Foundation panelists for the interesting discussion and reflection. We will now break for lunch and for our in-person folks to interact with some of our student groups. We will be returning around 2:30 p.m. And for those virtually and in person, please enjoy this video compilation from some of our student groups connected to our theme of You Belong during this time. And for those individuals who ordered a meal with a dietary consideration, please meet with Camila. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Justine Duvall. I am the president of the Outdoor Adventures Club. This club has helped me to feel like I belong by providing me an outlet for exercising and for communicating with the people around me. It's really helped to be hiking every week, as it gives me, it helps me to push myself and find purpose in doing what I want to do and being in college. So, just glad to be here. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michael Naraki. I am the Vice President of the Outdoor Adventure Club, and this club has given me such an opportunity to meet with my peers and given me a chance to really push myself into a leadership-like position, making me challenge myself and do more with the goals that I have. It's been a great opportunity and a learning experience. I've been able to learn about the 7 principles of leave no trace.
Hello, I'm Nathan Zito, and I'm a member of the Outdoor Adventure Club. I enjoy this club because it lets me break free of my normal studying routine and get into the great outdoors. I feel like I belong in this club because everybody else also shares the enthusiasm that I have for the outdoors.
Hi, I'm Chance Dixon. I'm a member of the Outdoor Adventure Club here at Paradise Valley Community College. I joined the Outdoor Adventure Club because I've always had a fondness for the outdoors. I always liked going on hikes and all sorts of outdoor activities. This club makes me feel like I belong because I can join up with a group of people that share my interests, and we can plan some pretty cool trips together. And it's a great break from the usual monotony of studying and exams.
Hi, my name's Tess. I'm the secretary of the Outdoor Adventure Club. I joined this club because of all the friends I might get to know, because we're all outdoors and outdoors brings the best in us. That's what I think, and I've made lots of memories since joining, and I can't wait to meet whoever joins. I feel belong here because everyone's just so okay with no matter who you are, where you come from. They're a fun group of people to be around, and it just seems like they match my vibes.
My name is Connor Hagan. I am a treasurer for the Outdoor Adventure Club. I joined this club because I wanted to meet new friends and go on really fun adventures around this Arizona. I like this club because it's sportive, friendly. I love to hang out with lots of people, go on adventures, and they always help me out, and it's really fun being friends with them since we did all these adventures through Arizona and hikes, and it's all awesome things that we'll really enjoy for the rest of my life.
Hi there, my name is Zeke, my pronouns are he, they. I'm the president of the PVCC Pride Club here on campus. The purpose and aim of this club is to help celebrate and promote diversity throughout the faculty, staff, volunteers, and students at PVCC. We hope to break down some of the walls that divide our communities. So far, the club has organized a donation drive for 1 in 10, as well as attended the Equality Maricopa Pride Parade, inviting other Pride clubs from the campuses to join us. PVCC Pride Club is such an accepting group of people, and we strive to make sure that students and members feel like they belong.
Hi, I'm Ross Harwitz. I'm a part of the PVCC Pride Club, and I'm the club treasurer. The point of Pride is to be able to be proud of yourself. And as obvious as that may sound, when you're an LGBTQ+ person, you'll question yourself at times and wonder if who you are is who you're truly supposed to be. And when you find a group of people who are like you truly realize that this is who I am and this is who I'm meant to be. And then you feel like you belong, and especially being involved in it, you realize you are not the only person who is like this. There are tons of people, especially at PVCC, who are just like you. And it makes you remember that you are not alone. You have people to support you, be your friend, all of that. And that is what it means to be a part of the Pride Club.
Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Whether you're broke or evergreen, your black, white, beige, chola descent, you're Lebanese, you're Orient. Whether life's disabilities left you outcast but leader teased, rejoice and love yourself today, cause baby, you were born this way. No matter gay, straight or bi, lesbian, transgender life, I'm on the right track, baby, I was born to survive. No matter black, white, or beige, chola or Orient made, I'm on the right track, baby, I was born to be brave.
peer mentor to me is kind of someone that helps guide other people, especially like in a classroom setting. You're helping them determine, not solving a solution, but you're helping them find the process so they can determine how to solve the solution themselves.
A lot of people originally think it's a tutor, and we're not tutors. We have jobs designated for tutors at the school, but peer mentor is somebody that is helping students discover their fullest potential, and that maybe is in academics or maybe just in their journey in education in general. I know some peer mentors chose harder courses to mentor for because the courses are just challenging and they need that extra academic support. But I think for most of us, a peer mentor is somebody that is going to help a student grow through their courses so that they can go through college successfully. Peer mentors, what do we do? Other than come into class and just love on Dr. Chapman every day.
I think the biggest thing is listening, being an ear for someone when they need it.
We are really there to help support students and their journey through college, as well as help support ourselves, and we're learning the skills of helping others and working in groups and being a leader, and what that means to lead, not only by example, but just how to take initiative for an entire group of people and put them on the right path.
Just be there and help them find campus resources, help them find tutoring resources, help them just find anything that they need in order to succeed throughout the semester.
Ooh, what makes a good peer mentor? So one of my favorite quotes is by Audrey Hepburn. You know, we have two hands for a reason. One's for helping yourself and one is for helping others. And I think a really good peer mentor knows how to balance that, because we're all here, we're all students at the college. So we have to know how to work towards our own education goals while bringing up an entire classroom full of individuals. How do we help all of these other people reach their potential? How do we help them discover their own passion and their own major and their own path of life? And it's just that balance that really makes a great peer mentor.
Help comes in many forms, whether that's emotional support, classwork support.
Just caring, being passionate about helping other people, being passionate about changing the way that the current system is, to just make it so that more students can be successful.
The biggest thing that comes down to being helped by the peer mentor program is the other mentors that you're in the program with. Each and every one of us has struggled this semester. This has not been an easy year, and we've all been in outreach for each other, not only for our mentees, but for the other mentors as well.
It's opened my eyes to how different everybody is on campus, and just the wide amount of diversity on campus. Just the connections I've been able to make with so many people. I've been able to make connections with my mentee students, with the other peer mentors, with teachers, with staff members. I've never felt more connected to the campus than I have as a peer mentor.
Having a support system, I think, is my favorite experience as a peer mentor. When you're a part of this program, especially working with Dr. Chapman, there is a safety net for you, and you definitely get a sense for that. Without a doubt, you know that there's people that have your back.
Would I mentor again? Absolutely.
Oh yeah, in fact I'm picking up another class in the next semester, so instead of doing one, I'm doing two.
I personally would mentor again, just to be able to have the opportunity to help others with specific circumstances that they're going through.
I do want to peer mentor again, and it was finally the observation that it is so important that, if possible, every single class has some kind of peer mentor, peer leadership, to just help kids. It helps them want to be engaged, it helps them want to continue, and it's just, it really is just my favorite thing about being a mentor too.
PVCC was honestly a great experience and a great journey that I experienced. Would I experience it again? Of course I would, in a heartbeat. I would even recommend it to other students and friends and family. Why? Well, because PVCC honestly made my journey in receiving my associates very successful. Not to mention the advising team, they are very helpful, kind, generous, and very trustworthy. And I want to thank them especially for guiding me in my journey and helping me choose the correct classes. I know that for a fact, if it wasn't for the advising team, I probably wouldn't have been successful.
Hello everyone, my name is Cynthia Rojas and I am majoring in counseling. My transition from high school to PVCC was really great, especially as a first-gen Latina student, because from my background I did not know much. I didn't know how to start the application process. I didn't even know what the difference between community college and university was. So coming into a campus that has a friendly and kind environment, and having staff that even spoke Spanish and knew my background was very helpful, and it became stress-free through my transition and time at PVCC. I also love the fact that we offered classes that talked about my heritage. So it was nice to be able to tie in that while going through my pathway to finishing off my associates. So that's something that I really loved about PVCC and how PVCC has helped me as a Latina first-gen student.
Hello everyone, my name is Anthony and I am an undecided major. PVCC has helped me in many ways as a Hispanic student. When I began my higher education journey, I was overwhelmed and lost, and figuring out how to pay for my college became not only one of my biggest worries, but my parents as well. However, through a Noche Familiar event that PVCC's recruitment staff hosted, both my parents and I were able to relieve that financial worry. My parents and I learned about the many ways we could pay for my education, and not only that, but my parents also learned how higher education worked in the US and the differences between studying at a community college versus a university.
Kept true to that, helping students identify and develop their unique talents and strengths.
Club Z isn't just about helping yourself, it's about doing things for others and creating clubs for others too, and get them involved. And I'm all about helping people and doing people-to-people work.
For people to come together and to be able to have great conversations about our hopes for the world and making things better, I think that's the power of it. Nice to have everyone together talking about positive social change and coming up with our best ideas for how we can make the world a better place.
From the second that I walked into the EDU classroom, I could immediately tell things were going to be run differently here in class. Walking in, you immediately noticed an eye-popping decoration compared to other classrooms on campus, and you get a sense of belonging. It has really nice lighting that's easy on the eyes, and we've covered a lot in class so far about different topics of identity, and it has been probably my favorite class so far this semester, and overall a really eye-opening experience.
In this classroom, I feel comfortable and welcomed enough to voice my opinions and my experiences with the rest of the class without the fear of feeling scrutinized or belittled.
I really love my education class that I have at Quail Run Elementary because it's an immersive experience. So you get to be in a classroom and see what it's like from building relationships with students to the hours of grading and prep that it takes. So it just makes me really excited for the future.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed your little lunch. You guys are full. You guys can continue to eat. I won't bother you that long. All right. As we continue with this event, I want to share what "you belong" means to me. The theme "you belong" to me means that you as a person, your voice, your beliefs, your ideas, your identity. PVCC made me feel comfortable, and the teachers here have welcomed me from day one with open arms, and I'm very grateful. I'm proud of the principles I learned from my mentors at school, and I know I belong to our lovely community here at PVCC. With that, I am honored to introduce our next set of speakers. Dr. Janice Swartz, our Vice President of Student Affairs at PVCC. Dr. Clyde Namali, Interim President at Phoenix College, and DAC Executive Sponsor, Dr. Tom Narini, Maricopa County Community College District Governing Board Member. Thank you, and please welcome Dr. Schwartz.
Thank you so much. Welcome to PVCC. It's so good to have a full house. I can't tell you, I'm like all sorts of filled up. Those of you who know me well know this is my people. So welcome. We're so glad you're here. Right? It's so good to be in person. We love it. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about the Puma commitment. And this was our, Dr. Dale's laughing at me. It's all right. It's all right. I can hear you though. A couple of years ago, we decided we wanted to be really explicit with the students at PVCC and with our staff and faculty about what the experience here should be like. We knew that truly to have a good learning experience, we needed to be clear about what our expectations were to our students and to ourselves, knowing that everybody's more successful when those expectations are clear. So we engaged in trying to identify what those principles would be. So we came up with 4. You can see them up there. We engage. So Bonnie, we show up, right? And that was it, right? We said we were going to show up. We expected challenge to be a part of the learning experience, both to challenge and to be challenged as a part of that. We knew that we needed to provide support, and different support for different students, different faculty, different staff, but whatever support was needed to help folks be successful, we were going to engage in providing that. And then care. And so all my show love people show up, stand up and show your show love shirts. Come on, show them off. They're so good. Thank you, Shannon. Shannon's always there. You go. But we really wanted care to be a critical part of our community, that we were going to show love to our students, to our peers, to each other, and to our community. But the why of that, the why of the Puma commitment is what we're here to talk about today and what we're celebrating today, which is you belong here. We wanted everyone to feel like PVCC was the place that they belonged. That's to our students, to our faculty, and to our staff. And so I was going to do this big, long conversation because I got a microphone in a room full of people about belonging. But here's the problem. You just got a master's class, both from our student MCs, but absolutely from Tiffany and Bonnie and Natasha. You all just gave a master's class in what happens when people feel like they belong. So I'm just going to refer back to what you heard them saying, right? When you feel like you belong, what do? And you all know this because you're all doing it. You're more likely to participate. You're more likely to engage. You're more likely to fail and get back up and try again, right? Because you're willing to do it. That sense of belonging creates the type of learning environment where we can all be successful. It creates the type of learning environment where faculty and staff want to come back to work every single day. It creates the type of environment where students will show up and try again and do more and be better. That's what we're trying to do with our sense of belonging. So I wish I could have lectured you on belonging, but I just say listen up. It's all here, right? And it is really a key part of what we're doing. And I hope that you feel like you belong here today as well. So I'm going to get out of the way, but I'm going to pass on to my colleague and my friend and someone who was really instrumental in my first, I don't know, but he knows this, in my first few months at being at Maricopa and helping me feel like I belong. So let me introduce and pass the mic to the interim president at Phoenix College, Dr. Clyde Namali.
Appreciate that. And to the millions and millions watching at home, thank you for joining us today. So I don't know about all of you, but like I need this type of event every Friday afternoon, right? Like the energy, it's so energizing and uplifting. And just a shout out to the panel, if Kishore's still around. Shout out to him, just a fantastic and inspirational, and all the students, hearing from all the students. Just want to divert quickly, just very briefly, but Paul, we're going to miss you. We're going to miss you. I mean, your wisdom, your guidance. Yeah. Speaking of having a positive impact on people, you know, Paul and I have gotten to know each other as part of the President's Council and just have really come to respect and admire you as a leader. So, I'm sure that you've touched everyone in this room here at this college and district-wide as well. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Wish you well. So I'm really proud to serve as the executive sponsor for DAC. And that didn't come with a job description, right? It didn't say, here, Klein, this is what a DAC exec sponsor does. But as part of the job, I get to highlight the good work of DAC coordinators and then all the incredible things they do. And of course, that's part of why we're here today. So that's what I'm here for, is to highlight them. It's really been fun getting to know the coordinators, and Jackie and Terry and all of the people you'll see on the slides here in a little bit. So please join me and don't hold back, because they're all really incredible. I've been inspired in working with them. Their endless energy, their passion, and of course, their courage in moving the things forward that we all care deeply about. Part of the reason we're here today. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I think get those clapping hands ready to go. Here we go. And I did a little study session on the correct pronunciation of names. Well, yes. Jackie Stark. Thank you, Jackie, for your leadership. How about a hand for Terry Middleton? Chandler Gilbert Community College. How about a hand for Margie? Margie Gomez. Next up, Belinda Ramos. Let's celebrate Estrella Mountain, shall we? Yeah. Let's count to. A hand for Deborah Cotton. I'm giving you the name. There we go. Moving on to Gateway Community College, Carla Ganem. How about a hand for Zach Romo? I'm on the edge of my seat. We'll get there. We'll get there. I've got some songs ready. I've got a list. Mike Ho and I are going to do a duet next up. If Zach's face doesn't show up, yes, we're about to do Unchained Melody. Dale Community College. I know Gina's here today. Gina Desai. But a hand for Amalia Gorgita. Start warming up the vocal cords, Mike. Amalia Gorgita, thank you. Next up, still with Glendale, Alex Patrick. Lisa Community College. Monica's here today. Monica. Next, Vanessa Perkins. Put a hand for Vanessa. Next up, Nicole Collins. And moving over to Paradise Valley Community College, the hometown. Next up, Norma Chandler. At some place called Phoenix College, the Bob Gibney. Del Salado College, Janine Bissett. Yay! How about a hand for Sherry Moore? Next up, Floyd Harden. On to Scottsdale Community College, Kay Cunningham. South Mountain Community College, DJB,
Don Jensen, Bobadilla.
Next up, Ralph Thompson. And last slide here, I think we've got Joanne Pena and Janet Felton. How about a hand for them? Just want to give a huge shout out to all the coordinators. The passion, the work you do is critical to move DEI forward, both locally and in coordination with one another across the district. So thank you all. How about one big hand again for all of the DAC coordinators for the work they Dr. Narini, just a heads up that to start stretching. But I've got one more comment and maybe a couple more jokes as well, so bear with me. So on April 23rd, just a final comment. On April 23rd, I shared a message with the Phoenix College community. And you'll recall, perhaps not, but April 23rd was a few days after the Derek Chauvin verdict came out. And I felt compelled and took about 24 hours to craft a message in collaboration with our Equity, Inclusion, and Diversity Committee, a message that went out to the entire Phoenix College community. And a message that I had been sharing during my time at PC was that, we're people before we're employees, right? We're people before we're deans, vice presidents, presidents, governing board members, deans, directors, all of those things. We're people first. And I think what I've felt in my time in Maricopa, and I hope you all feel this as well, that your colleges see you as complete and full people, beyond just your roles as directors and deans, but your full and complete identities, right? The follow-up to this idea that we're people before we're employees is that we're people after we're employees. Right. And a part of my message was that when we all walk out that door, we walk out that door with our full and complete identities, right? With this color skin, in these bodies, with these full and complete identities, however we choose to identify, right? And that the world is not equally just based on those characteristics, right? I'm energized by what I've seen today and what I've felt in working with DAC. Part of what I shared in my message to PC at the time was I'm very aware of my identity in spaces typically reserved for college presidents. Because college presidents don't look like me, right? And my hope is, and perhaps some of you have felt this in your roles here at PVCC and across the district, that when you're called upon, perhaps you're in these roles now, and when you occupy spaces that are reserved historically for people who don't look like you, that you belong. Feel you belong. And if ever you question that, I want you to remember this day, right? And this event and the voices and the people you heard from. And when that voice comes on in the back of your mind, in the far reaches of your mind, and if that voice tells you, I don't know if I belong here, I don't look like anybody else around me, remember this day. Right? And then remember all of us, because we got you. We got you. All right, now on to the jokes, Tom. After that serious note. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Tom Narini, the Secretary of the Governing Board representing District 5. We proudly claim him as a bear, although he completed at Mesa Community College. Oh, God. when Dr. Dale introduced Lori Burkwell, he used one word: loud and proud. So Dr. Narini is a bear. He's a Thunderbird. He's also a lumberjack. And I had to do a little bit of research into your doctoral institution, but you're a dog as well. So it's my great pleasure to, oh, one more joke first. I'll go first. It's an ancient Hawaiian tradition, Tom, that following events like this, the after party takes place at a governing board member's house. So on the very next slide, there'll be Dr. Narini's home address, and you're all welcome to join me for the after-hour party at Dr. Narini's house following this event. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Tom Narini.
When they asked me to speak, they didn't tell me I was going to follow Klein, or else would have said no. So, well, thank you for inviting me. This is a great pleasure to be here. So I was supposed to talk about the importance of diversity, equity, inclusion, and the role that it plays in Maricopa. Well, you guys already know how important it is. I mean, we're here. But the role, the way I see it, and this is the way I see it, I mean, one of the fundamental, most basic roles of higher education is to prepare students for their future, right? To prepare them for the real world. Well, look around. The real world is pretty darn diverse, right? So here we are. So what I'm saying is our role as we're moving forward is we need more experts. And I'm not necessarily talking about experts in math and science and art and those sort of things. And we do need those. But I'm talking about experts that are going to help our students thrive in a more diverse way, right? I mean, I don't know about you. I had some pretty impressive professors, especially at Mesa and PC. We had some pretty impressive, but I don't care how many. I mean, well, because I'll get to the one professor at Mason, but I don't care how many degrees that they had, or how many books they had published, or how many articles they had published, how many conferences they spoke at. None of them could teach me what it was like to be an African American from South Phoenix, right? None of them could teach me what it was like to be a Hopi from Second Mesa, right? None of them could teach me what it was like to be lesbian from anywhere, right? They couldn't teach me that. So we need more experts, right? If we're really going to prepare our students for the future and to what the real world's going to be like, we need more experts at being African American, more experts at being Asian American and Native American. We need more experts at being Latino, Latina, at being LGBTQ, at being veterans or being differently abled, or being women. We need more experts. We need more experts who are experts at being empathetic, at being creative, at being kind, being passionate and compassionate about what they do. I don't mean we have to have, I don't mean experts of these groups. I just mean being an expert as being part of these groups, because your story is important, right? Your story is important, and you need to be comfortable. We need to provide a space that you can share your story, because that's when inclusion begins, is when we start sharing our stories. But just as importantly, we have to remember to listen and learn, because that's when equity happens, right? So saying that we belong doesn't really capture the need. Actually, we're essential and integral to the mission of the institution, right? Because if we're going to prepare our students, we are essential and integral to that, to the mission of the institution. And sometimes we get so caught up in our day-to-day that we forget how special we are. We forget about what we have to offer, or we never realize it in the first place. So that's why this is so important, and why the Doc Awards every year is so important, so that we can recognize the incredibly rich resources that we have here in the district and taking part of that, and all the really compelling work that everybody is doing to advance diversity, equity, and inclusion. Because we're not just making the colleges more diverse and equitable and inclusive, we're making society more equitable and inclusive. So today we're going to be recognizing, I mean, all the nominees are DEI champions, but today we're going to be recognizing one from each campus and from the district office. And so please pay close attention to to the stories and what they're including. Beg, borrow, steal these ideas that they're using and take them back to your campus and integrate them into your campus. And don't forget, it's more than belonging. You are essential. You're an integral part of what we're doing. So today, just listen, learn, celebrate, and celebrate. Yeah, it's Friday. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Hayden, and she's going to take us to the awards, right?
Thank you, Dr. Narini. It is now my pleasure to begin the presentation of the DAC Awards of Excellence. We do ask if you are a diversity coordinator, awardee, nominator, and/or administrative representative for any of the following colleges or offices, please line up aside in the KSC patio area through the back double doors in the below order. Jackie Starks and Terry Minich are there to help guide you all through this process. Once outside, please wait until your group is announced, and then you will enter through these front double doors, take a picture with Dr. Namuo and Dr. Narini as we announce the different awardees, and then play their videos. Okay, so for Chandler Gilbert Community College, unfortunately, they could not be here today, but here's a video from them.
Congratulations, Christina,
Maria,
and Donna on winning the DAC Award for CGCC. The Service Learning and Civic Engagement program is so excited that you guys are being honored for all of your hard work.
For years, they've helped me organize understanding Islam and Muslims, and this way help to educate and combat prejudice in hundreds of people throughout our community.
It is inspiring to hear Jedi advocates who mirror and challenge students' identities and lived experiences speak truth.
We are so grateful for each of you incredible humans and the dedication that you bring to building spaces for us to all explore understandings outside of our own.
We would love to congratulate and thank Maria for all the hard work she does to bring all our Black History Month events to life. So congratulations.
Thank you for all your hard work with clubs and organizations, listening to the students and making sure their visions and ideas have come to fruition.
I am a woman phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me. Although these words could have been written about Donna Thompson, they were not. But they exemplify and typify the type of woman, co-worker, and Jedi advocate for change that she is.
The virtual event was led by guest speaker Dr. Catherine Nakagawa. It was titled Not a Model Minority, Challenging Harmful Stereotypes of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. Thank you to the multicultural and co-curricular team for helping us hold our first YouTube live stream.
Hey Donna, congratulations. Having worked with you for a total of 20 years at 2 different institutions, I'm so thankful you are finally acknowledged for who you are and what you bring to work every day.
the trio of you have been an amazing team to bring learning and growth to all of the students, faculty, and staff here at Chandler Gilbert Community College.
Congratulations, you deserve this. Enjoy.
Hell yeah! Congratulations again to Chandler Gilbert Community College. Next, from the district office, the award goes to Douglas Kalori. Unfortunately, Douglas could not be here today, so please enjoy his video.
My name is Doug Kalori. I'm the accounting manager of the financial reporting department at the district office. It is an honor to be selected as the DAC Award of Excellence recipient for the district office. My department is small, but we are diverse. We come from different backgrounds and cultures. We speak different languages. The one thing I think is most important is respect. We have respect for each other and for the people we encounter throughout our daily work. We are responsible for everything from the financial statements audit and the annual report to taxes, account reconciliation, and managing item types in the student information system. Respect starts with listening. We all bring different skills to the table. It's important to hear what each of us has to say. When we're working on a project or a problem comes up that needs resolution, we get together, we identify the issue, talk about solutions, and we work to achieve the desired outcome. This helps us not only in our own work, but also throughout the district. Thank you for the award and for the opportunity to help Maricopa continue to be successful.
Next, from Estrella Mountain Community College, the award goes to the Title V research team.
to get that perfect shot.
Congratulations to you all, and now please enjoy their video.
I'm Jeannie Hanrahan, Title V Director at Estrella Mountain Community College. It's been a pleasure to support activities that promote diversity, equity, and inclusion at EMCC. Title V Student Experience Research Team helped us understand these aspects of the student experience and catalyzed renewed focus on such activities as culturally relevant pedagogy to further enhance students' sense of belonging. Our grant expires soon, but we hope new funding will open up to continue this important work. Now it's my pleasure to congratulate and introduce the team. Dr. Elizabeth Cantu, Dr. Linda Manning, and Professor Erica Wager. Thank you.
I am Dr. Elizabeth Cantu, and one of my highlights at EMCC has been the opportunity to work with this collegial team to learn from our students so that we can better serve our students. This mixed method study was initially planned for spring 2020. Despite COVID-19 pandemic challenges, we had 53 students participate in focus groups during the spring and fall 2021 semesters, and over 1,000 students completed a survey with sense of belonging measures.
Hi, I'm Dr. Linda Manning, and I just want to share two really amazing findings with our student focus groups. And the first is that a lot of students tied their success to instructor engagement. And so it's very important as instructors that we're making those introduction videos and videos of any kind because students really like to connect with us. The second major finding is that not all students are getting information about resources the same. So one thing we can really make sure we do as instructors is to make sure we're putting all of the amazing resources at EMCC in our syllabi so students can have equal accessibility.
And I'm Professor Wager. From our surveys, we found there was a lower sense of belonging for first-generation college students, students of color, and our female and non-binary students. And additionally, we saw that experiences of discrimination were significantly higher for our Black and African American students and our students of 2 or more races. And these have all provided us with opportunities to improve what we do within the Maricopa Community Colleges, and we are so honored to be presented with this award.
Lastly, for this first set of awardees from Gateway Community College, the award goes to Dr. Jennifer Foltz-Sweat. Congratulations to you, and now please enjoy their video.
Hi, my name is Dr. Jennifer Foltz-Sweat, and I'm a faculty in the Math and Science Division at Gateway Community College. And I'm very pleased to accept the award from the Diversity Advisory Council. So I'm going to share a few slides to show you what I have been working on since the Bridge Academy. So I had 3 areas that I was really interested in working on, that being developing equitable assessments for our neurodiverse students, students with autism spectrum disorder, ADHD. I wanted to introduce my students to underrepresented scientists as a way of helping them see themselves in the STEM fields, and finally developing a course-based undergraduate research experience. So by equitable assessments, I mean getting away from your standard multiple choice exams. These exams test students whose brains function in certain ways, and I wanted to provide the opportunity for my students who think in different ways to express their learning. I have used case studies for this, gaming, like Cell to Singularity, to teach cell structure. And then I also allow students to select which type of assessment they would like to do for a particular module. I recently started using the I Am a Scientist website, which provides PowerPoint slides and articles for different underrepresented scientists in STEM fields. So I really like this because my students see that it is not just white men who enter and succeed in STEM fields. And then finally, one of the projects I am most passionate about is developing a course-based undergraduate research experience, or CURE. So my environmental biology students participate in real-world data collection on bee communities in Phoenix and the surrounding area. The information that they collect is being added to a database with 2 community college campuses that we cooperate with in California, and this is just beginning. So they will be looking at bee communities year after year after year, and my students will be able to contribute real scientific knowledge to the field, looking at how these communities change over time and what type of habitats are best for them within an urban development area. So this gives you an idea of some of the projects that I have been working on since I took the Bridge Academy. And again, the Bridge Academy really expanded my ideas about what diversity and inclusion mean. So thank you again for watching the video.
Congratulations to our first set of awardees, and I will now turn it over to Cynthia to share what You Belong means to her and present the award to our second set of awardees. Thank you.
Thank you, Hayden. And congratulations again to our first set of awardees. For me, as a first-generation Latina college student, I did not know the ins and outs of college. My parents and I felt lost because we did not know how higher education worked in the United States, nor where to begin. But through PVCC's ACE program, events like Noche Familiar, and student clubs like HSA, which is a Hispanic Student Association, Women Rising, and UNOS, and being a student worker at the community college, I felt supported, but most importantly, I felt represented. I knew then that I belonged to the PVCC community. Now we will continue the presentation of awards. Again, we do ask if you are a diversity coordinator, awardee, or nominator, and/or administrative representative for any of the following colleges/offices, please line up outside in the KSC patio area through the double back doors in the below order. Jackie Starks and Terry Middich are there to help guide you all through the process. Once outside, please wait until your group is announced, and then you will enter through these front double doors. Take a picture with Dr. Namugo and Dr. Narini as we announce the different awardees, and then play their videos.
She was the last minute addition. Thank you. He just likes the camera. Surprise for us. Yeah. Phoenix College, you're going to bring sophomore.
First, from Glendale Community College, the award goes to the Skills Opportunity Achievement Through Research Program. Congratulations to you all, and now please enjoy their video.
Hi, my name is Lisa Worthy, and I will be accepting the Diversity Advisory Council Award for Excellence on behalf of the SOAR program at Glendale Community College. SOAR stands for Skills, Opportunity, and Achievement Through Research. It was a summer research workshop for underrepresented high school students at Glendale Community College. You can see here are some of our SOAR scholars from summer 2021. The SOAR faculty include myself, Mari Williman, LaDonna Lewis, and David Boninger, and we are all faculty in the psychology department. We had 5 main goals for our SOAR students. First, to introduce them to psychology as a STEM discipline, to increase their knowledge of research methods, and to provide opportunity for them to develop some skills in the area of research, to enhance their self-confidence and self-efficacy, and to facilitate meaningful peer-to-peer and faculty mentoring. Some of our outcomes that we're very, very proud of. 80% of our students reported gains in understanding the relevance of research to their coursework. 60% reported gains in identifying research questions that can be answered with data. 70% reported gains working with computers. And finally, 60% reported more confidence talking to university staff. I just want to close our presentation with a quote from one of our SOAR scholars. I am so glad that I got this opportunity. I didn't really know much about psychology research before this program, and now I can see that it's something I can see myself doing. We want to thank you for recognizing SOAR and our efforts to expand opportunities for our underrepresented students in the field of psychology and STEM.
Next, for Mesa Community College, the award goes to the You Belong team.
Get in there. Give me your phone. Give me your phone. You're the college president. Loud and proud, Dr. Bushwell.
We're gonna do this. Let me get you this.
Wow, he's a professional.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Don't move, look at me. Dr. Burkhoff's phone. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks to you all. And now please enjoy their video. Next, from Paradise Valley Community College, the award goes to the American Indian Student Resources website developers.
Okay, all of the short people all front.
I can't kneel. Let's start taking video soon. Great. Thank you.
Congratulations to you all. And now, please enjoy their video.
Congratulations, everybody. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Dale to share a few words.
Dr. Anderson, thank you so much. On behalf of the entire college, faculty, staff, and students, I also want to put out a shout of kudos and thanks to this team. What a wonderful team. My thanks to you, especially during this time of the pandemic when many of our students and faculty and staff are really relying on virtual resources. So what a wonderful tool you've created. It shows passion. It's come alive. It has really substantive information. I'll just share one other thing is, as Dr. Chandler knows, many years ago, the college identified 6 goals that were targeted around diversity, equity, inclusion. And this project has captured many of those 6 goals in terms of creating a greater sense of positive social change, increasing faculty and staff intercultural competency, making greater connections with students. So not only have you brought this alive for our current students, but you're really living the vision, living the goals that we'd set many years ago in terms of really reaching out to our American Indian students. So with that, thank you so much. It's a wonderful tool.
Thank you, Dr. Dale. I'd just like to first and foremost thank Dr. Chandler for nominating us and all of those who took the time to leave some helpful feedback and kind words. Dr. Anderson, a lot of this couldn't have been possible without her and her encouragement and support. So I really want to thank her. But then also, what an honor to be recognized with all of the other nominees for this year. Some incredible work is being done and brought to life here at PVCC. One of the things that I really enjoyed was not only better serving our students with this resource, but it was an opportunity to get to know some of our colleagues on a deeper personal level. So I'm honored to have had that opportunity, and I will work with you all on any other project. You all have been so passionate, dedicated, and just a great group of individuals to work with.
Thank you on behalf of the diversity team, and also just to, bring awareness of our Indigenous people who we work with today, and also just to create awareness for our students.
Lastly, for the second set of awardees, for Phoenix College, the award goes to the AZ Career Readiness Credential Program.
This is a large group, but we have, look at this, there we go. All of us?
Congratulations to you all, and now please enjoy their video. Congratulations.
Hello, Maricopa. This is Nicholas Del Sordi, sociology faculty here at Phoenix College. On behalf of the many faculty, staff, and students who are part of the ACRC program, we're deeply honored to accept the Diversity Advisory Council Award this year for our college. As you may know, the Arizona Career Readiness Credential Program was an initiative originally developed through a collaboration between Governor Ducey's office and the Arizona Office of Economic Opportunity. The ACRC is designed to prepare Arizonans for the world of work by validating their career and professional skills in 7 key areas. This includes applied math, reading for information, workplace data and graphics, communicating effectively, teamwork and collaboration, professionalism, and critical thinking and problem solving. Beginning in 2019, I initially began offering the ACRC to individual students at our college. This year, we've expanded the program to include several classes across Maricopa. For example, at Phoenix College, we offer the ACRC program in our communications classes and psychology. Additionally, we've added the Math, Engineering, Science Achievement Transfer Prep course called MESA Transfer Prep. At Glendale Community College, we offer the ACRC in courses such as Supervised Practice in Behavioral and Social Services. At Paradise Valley Community College, we offer the ACRC in the CPD course, Career and Personal Development. And at Mesa Community College, we offer ACRC in the engineering course. In 2021, we also expanded the program to provide services to incarcerated individuals at Red Rock Correctional Center in Eloy, Arizona, which is a facility contracted through the Arizona Department of Corrections, Reentry and Rehabilitation. In this most recent phase of the program, inmate residents who are about to be released from prison are given the opportunity to prepare for work after prison and develop their resumes and skills. Maricopa students and faculty working with the OEO volunteer their time on the weekends to provide services to this vulnerable population. Throughout the year, there have been many people that have helped make this program successful. So we want to thank everyone, including the participating faculty and staff, which are listed on your screen, the Phoenix College student volunteers who volunteered across Phoenix College and other Maricopa sister colleges, and the student volunteers who volunteered through the OEO in the Red Rock Correctional Center prison program. And finally, I want to thank the partner organization staff, such as those at the Office of Economic Opportunity and those at CoreCivic Red Rock Correctional Center. Thank you so much. We look forward to working with you in the future. Take care.
Thank you for indulging us just for a little bit today. Today, we have to bid a fond aloha to our college president, who will be leaving us at the end of the semester. And so Norma and I have the opportunity and the honor of recognizing Dr. Dale for his contributions towards advancing the efforts of diversity and inclusion, both at Paradise Valley Community College and throughout the district. Some things you should know about him. He started a grant here at Paradise Valley Community College called the Social and Cultural Grant with our office in the Office of Student Life and Leadership. Now it's known as the DEIE Grant, which provides financial support to faculty and staff who are developing programs related to diversity and inclusion here at PVCC, with students as the focus. So some of these programs include our Desperado Film Festival, which is our LGBT film festival. It's taken place well over 10 years now. Our Diwali Festival of Lights, our Lunar New Year celebration, and numerous Black History Month programs, all of which have been recognized through a diversity grant provided through Dr. Dale's office.
This is tough. When Dr. Dale first approached me about becoming a coordinator for the Diversity and Inclusion Committee, didn't know I'd be here 15 years later. but at the time, at our first meeting, one of the things that Dr. Dale did is he came in with a set of strategic goals and to guide the work of the DEI committee, consisting of faculty and staff. Through 2014, reporting on the diversity commitment was also required for all our end-of-year reports for divisions and departments. And this included everything from professional development, events, programs, ways that diversity and inclusion had been infused into the curriculum. In addition, faculty and staff, DEI work has been tied to the college's strategic plan, and everyone who addresses these goals is required to submit an online form to describe their project goals, and their outcomes. The results of the online reports received high accolades from the 2014 HLC accreditation team. If we take the time to report, it's amazing what staff and faculty are doing. Another goal, he said he had 6, but he actually had 7. Another goal that's no longer in the list was achieved when a team led by Dr. Felicia Ramirez developed the General Education Assessment Rubric for Diversity and Global Awareness to be used by faculty so that they could assess what's happening in the classroom with diversity and inclusion. The Equity Now team also reviewed and revised student communication and provided student-friendly syllabi, language, and content. And it was developed, and they developed the PUMA student resources, which are now embedded in every Canvas course. So you don't have to put it in your syllabi. You don't have to go and do something special. You open your Canvas course and it's there. And we can update that at any time. And so it's a revolving thing, and faculty and students have access to it whenever they need it. Another goal, most recent, excuse me, this is you. No, I'm sorry, sorry. Sorry. Most recently, after the murder of George Floyd in 2020, Dr. Dale had an all-college listening session, and following this session, he charged the college with rooting out systemic racism. That's big. This became the work of the Take Action College team, spearheaded by Dr. Versha Anderson and myself. Most importantly, the TAC team, consisting of diverse faculty, students, and staff, provided suggestions on how to improve the college in and out of the classroom and addressing many, if not all, of the 6 strategic goals.
I came to Paradise Valley Community College in 2004, and one of the first people I met was an aggressive idealist, Dean Paul Dale, at the time. So it's been a pleasure to watch you become both our vice president and our president during my tenure here. And I've always been grateful for his ability to support diversity and inclusion efforts that specifically focus and center this work around students. So through his support, we've been able to offer programs to the Office of Student Life that include our last comic standing winner, Dat Fan, who was a real big draw for our Asian community, being a host to Indigenous Enterprises, our Arizona-based dance team that has performed on both World of Dance and the NBA Championship. He has been out there packing food boxes at 7 o'clock in the morning when it comes time to do our food distributions. And he's also hosted a very successful Reiku events here on our campus. I hope I pronounced that correctly. So where students are at the center, Dr. Dale is known that diversity and inclusion programs enrich the college student experience. And for this and all of these contributions, we are proud to present Dr. Dale with this recognition. Would you please come up and accept this award on behalf?
Small.
Say spaghetti.
Well, thank you. This is very meaningful for me, very unexpected. I thought this special recognition was going to be for Versha myself when I saw it on the agenda, because I really can't follow her. But, you know, like I said, my journey around this really started when I was 12 years old in high school. And I lived that experience. And it really it is part of what PVCC is all about. And I will share, those of you who want to move this agenda forward, it is about making ourselves feel uncomfortable and being challenged and being questioned, and that's part of the journey, and that's really very, very rewarding for me. So, thank you. Actually, I really thought the recognition was going to be for Dr. Chandler myself, because she was one of the folks that we drew into the thing. But it has been a lifelong journey. We didn't start this yesterday. We started this, 25 years ago when I came to the college, and it's been a lot of fun. A lot of people have been along with the journey, and I would just want to make one special recognition to Cranston Forte, who's no longer with us, who passed away, who really started the men's program system-wide at this college. And I think of Cranston often in terms of the work he did, Norma and Mike and Versha, those who have followed along with him. It's really their work. I was the guy that said it's only pennies. We got the money, just go out and do it. So really it's a tribute to all the work they did. And I just get to kind of, I guess, bask in the glory, if you will. But my thanks to all of you, and thanks to all folks at PV that made this real. So it's a very heavy award too. So.
Thank you, everyone. So with that, we will have a short little 10-minute dessert break. So feel free to stretch your legs, move around, and then we'll come back with our final set of awardees.
If I can have everybody's attention. Everybody's attention, please. Well, everybody, we are almost done. I just want to say welcome back to everyone who enjoyed that brief break. And now for our final set of awardees. Again, we ask if you are a diversity coordinator, awardee, nominator, or administrative representative for any of the following colleges/offices, please line up outside in the KSC patio around the back double doors and below order. First, we have Ms. Jackie Starks.
Joining me.
Oh, yeah. You're going to be joining us. Sorry, you guys will be joining Terry Minnick. She's a star. She's a star too. And Terry Minnick, they're going to help you guys through the process. Once you guys are all outside, please wait until your group is announced, and then you will enter through these double front doors to take a picture with Dr. Minot, Dr. Narini, and as we announce the different awardees, and then play their video. Oh, and Dr. Lashinsky. Sorry, Doctor. Mr. Photogenic, from what I hear. Okay. Okay, first, from Rio Salado Community College, the award goes to the Adult ACE program of the Adulti ACE team.
you so much.
Pictures, huh? Okay, well, congratulations to you all. And now we're going to watch your video, so please enjoy the video.
Adult ACE means serving our community. We work for a community college, and to me, the word community in that is very important. It's about belonging. It's about everyone in the community having a place in our colleges.
The Adult ACE program is unique in the respect that although it is one of 11 achieving college education programs, it's the only adult serving program.
The students that we serve come to us from all spectrums, abilities, nations, languages, socioeconomic groups. We serve everybody. We take everybody in and work with them to help them achieve their goals.
Before I joined the Adult ACE program, I was a GED student at the Rio Salado Southern location. I completed my associate's degree at Rio Salado using the scholarship program through Adult ACE. That program significantly helped me as a student not have to take on the financial burden of education.
My experiences in Adult ACE as a student have been life-changing. We have these student specialists who are amazing. They keep in contact. Having Adult ACE and the support system that it's created for me, I really wanted to gift to other people. So I constantly will talk about Adult ACE to people I meet. Sometimes just the little successes are the ones that are the most profound. We see leaders growing out of our cohorts, and that is an exciting thing to be a part of.
Now, next from the Scottsdale Community College, the award goes to Desiree Farnell.
One step forward. Simple Simon Says. Smile.
Congratulations to you. And now please enjoy their video.
SCC congratulates Desiree Farnell of the Center for Civic and Global Engagement for her efforts to elevate understanding of, recognition for, and critical thinking around commemorative months. Through the More Than a Month project, Desiree has thoughtfully curated resources distributed through campus-wide daily emails, benefiting employees, staff, faculty, which will soon be available to both students and the community as a living resource.
Hi, my name is Kay Cunningham. I'm the DAC coordinator for Scottsdale Community College. I wanted to say congratulations to Desiree Farnell for her work in the More Than a Month project that won the DAC award this year for our school. The DAC Awards raised cultural awareness for different communities and identities for our student population here and at all the Maricopa schools. Knowing who you are, the different communities you belong to, and having information on others helps you to remove any unconscious biases that you may have and just help raise success all around. So we wanted to reach out and say thank you for everything that you've done, for your commitment to raising awareness, and we hope to see great things from you in the future.
Congratulations, Desiree. You have done so much in less than 2 years for the Center for Civic and Global Engagement and its mission and the college to help elevate our understanding and critical thinking around commemorative months. You truly educate and challenge each and every one of us to think more broadly and openly and help to foster personal growth and connectedness. Thank you for being that true change agent. I recently read that you become an agent of change when you realize that your own ability to adapt starts with changing your own attitude, the world around you, and your employees. Thank you, Desiree, for being our very own Heart of the Artichoke Changemaker.
Once again, congratulations. And now next from South Mountain Community College, the award goes to Dr. Cyan Proctor.
What did you do with Dr. Proctor?
Just open space. Hasn't landed yet.
I know.
Thank you, Dr. Proctor.
Well, Dr. Proctor is not able to be with us today, so congratulations again to her, and please enjoy their video.
She is online now.
Oh,
All right.
Hi, I'm Marianne Smith, and I'm delighted to introduce South Mountain Community College's nominee for the 2022 Maricopa Diversity Advisory Council Award, Dr. Cyan Proctor.
Dr. Proctor, I just wanted to say congratulations on receiving the South Mountain Community College Diversity Award Committee's 2021-2022 Award of Excellence. Your achievements, your persistence, your literal reach for the stars are not only an inspiration to young women of color everywhere, but also to all of us who have followed your hard work and career over the years. You have shown that by never giving up, you truly can blaze your own trail. Congratulations.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Cyan Proctor, and it's a real honor to receive the Diversity Award. Thank you to the Diversity Advisory Council at South Mountain Community College for choosing me. Last year, my life changed radically when I won the Prosperity Seat for Inspiration 4, the first all-civilian mission to orbit, and I became the first Black female pilot of a spacecraft. And when I think about me striving for a Jedi space, a just, equitable, diverse, and inclusive space, I think that that's not just outer space, but the space around us, the space within our classrooms, the space within our community. How do we make that a Jedi space? And so today I want to share with you a poem that I wrote, and this is my artwork. It's called Solar Sisters. I believe my mind is able to create everything there is to be, but I stand here wondering what you actually see. Have you figured out how to be free? Does the voice inside your head agree? Dear solar sister who mirrors me, the universe beckons thee. Please set your beautiful brain free. Unshackle the mind from those who don't agree. Create a world where all knowledge is free. So I hope that you will go out and use your unique space. This is space that you inhabit, to inspire those within your reach and beyond, and make that space a Jedi space, just, equitable, diverse, and inclusive for everyone, including yourself. Thank you.
Really cool view of the side hatch. If you look closely on the right thigh of everyone's spacesuit, there's a port. It's a black port. Jesse mentioned an umbilical. That is where the umbilical will plug.
Inspiration 4. Copy, 1 Alpha.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
Hi everyone, I'm Cyan Proctor and I am the mission pilot, and I hope to show you some of the art that I've been doing in a little bit.
Here comes Dr. Cyan Proctor.
There she is, excited as ever. Dr. Cyan Proctor. Oh, I love it.
Reach for the stars at South Mountain Community College.
Once again, congratulations, Dr. Proctor. I'll never get in a spaceship, never. And finally, we have the district-wide awardee, and that goes to Equality Maricopa. Congratulations.
I like it, y'all.
Congratulations to you all. And now we're gonna watch their video.
Hello, my name is Eric Chanches, the president of Equality Maricopa. It is my pleasure to accept the Diversity Advisory Council Award of Excellence. I'm accepting this award on behalf of myself, my vice president, Dr. Tasha Nelson, our communication and outreach officer, Lindsay Wilson, our treasurer, Don Jensen Bobadilla, and our officer at large, Jay Franzen. A year ago, I couldn't have imagined what this organization would look like. We were just a group of people who were just wanting to create change within our community. And look where we're at now. We accomplished so much within a year, starting with advocacy, training, policy across the district and that. But what I'm most proud of is our new scholarship that we created, the Quality Maricopa Prison Scholarship. We have raised over $5,000, and this spring we'll be awarding our first scholarship to our student during our convocation in May. I've never seen such a driven team, such as the group that I'm in now. They're passionate, they love and admire our community, and I just want to give big thanks to our officers and our members within our community. Again, you expect more from us, so we'll see big change in the future. Thank you, everyone.
Once again, congratulations to all of our 2022 DAC Awards of Excellent recipients. And thank you for your continued efforts to advance diversity, equity, inclusion, and engagement across the Maricopa Community Colleges. Now, I would like to turn this over to Mr. Photogenic himself, Dr. Lachinsky. For some closing remarks.
I just want to take a moment to thank Gordon, our photographer. Where are you, Gordon? Oh, there he is in the back. He retired from Rio. All I have to do is feed him lunch and give him a card, and he will do all this great photography work. So we appreciate you. Thank you.
Go Rio Salado.
Well, it's an honor to be here and to be our closing remarks for this just an amazing afternoon. First of all, I know I'm standing between you and Klein's invitation to Dr. Narini's after party. So my remarks will be somewhat short and brief, as I know it's been a long week for everyone returning from spring break. And I want to thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here and just celebrate each other. Some logistical items first. You'll notice on your program there's a QR code. I'd encourage you to take a look at that QR code, and that way you can take a survey about today's event. So please do that. Also, for those of you that are at our colleges, if you have not had a chance to meet your diversity coordinator at your campus, and if they're here today, please introduce yourself. But we wouldn't do this without the support of the diversity coordinators across our colleges. So a special round of applause to all those individuals. Please mark your calendars for next year. At the end of March, we'll be having the same award ceremony with the location to be determined. However, if I have a little bit of influence, maybe we'll be hosting at Scottsdale Community College. So let's see if we can make that happen. So hopefully that will be a reality. I'll have to talk to someone I might know over there and see if we can make that happen. I want to thank everyone behind the scenes and here today from Paradise Valley Community College who helped to make this happen. This is an amazing event, from the posters along the walls to the warm greeting when you walked in to just the amazing way this was hosted. You modeled the way. So a round of applause for everyone at Paradise Valley that made this happen. Especially like to thank our 3 student MCs. You were tremendous. So, Miss Pennies, Hayden, Cynthia, and Kareem, wonderful job. You reminded all of us of why we're here, why we do what we do as a collective community. It's to support the amazing talents that you have, and you made everyone's day brighter today by being here, and you made this event more rich. So thank you for that. The student groups that were also here, and some are still remaining in the back to participate, thank you for being here today as well. And let's give a round of applause to them also. When you're asked to give closing remarks, sometimes folks then suggest some talking points or ways to present this. And I loved what I saw at the very last talking point. I'm not sure who wrote this, but it said, share from your heart. I love that, Jackie. That was wonderful. So I'm going to share a little bit from my heart, but also I'm going to share from your hearts, because I spent the day or the afternoon taking down some of these key phrases and notes and reminders that you all offered, words of advice, if you will, about what belonging means to you. And these are your hearts speaking. These are your words. You belong is a mindset. In order to belong to the community, you have to be a part of the community. Belonging is about showing up for each other. Belonging is about finding yourself. We are people before we're employees, and we're people after we're employees. We need more expertise on being empathetic and kind. Those words ring so true today in so many ways. And my t-shirt's on my table, show love. That's something we can do. There's no cost to that. There's no budget request to that. There's no Maricopa committee that we need to form to determine how we're going to do that. So my final words, take care of our students. That's why we're here. Please do. Take care of each other. We are a community. You belong as employees to the Maricopa Community Colleges, to the colleges where you work. Take care of each other. But don't forget about taking care of yourself. It's important we do that too. In order to give, you have to be somewhat full. My heart is warm today. My heart is full today. And it's because of all of you. So thank you for this amazing event. Thank you for choosing to be part of the Maricopa Community College system. And thank you for all the great work you do to make our community stronger. So a round of applause to each other, and have a wonderful and safe rest of the day.